What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'm going to showcase a Pokemon that feels very underrated right now in the current season. Now, I know it is very weak to Fire-type damage, and that might scare it off a little bit saying Ninetales is everywhere, but aside from that one matchup, Forretress here, I feel like is still such a strong Pokemon. I'm going to run Bug Bite as the moveset here today because I think that Fast Move Pressure is just so nice to have. You can shred through so many different Pokemon. Sand Tomb for that defense drop, Rock Tomb for the attack drop. It's also great coverage against opposing Fire types if you happen to land a move there. It feels like Forretress right now is in a very good spot, and just to counter for that Water type or the Fire type weakness that is, we have two Water types in the backline, both Mantine as well as Shadow Kingdra. I'm excited to see this team in action. It looks like it's a pretty good one. But real quick, before we get into the battles, I want to ask if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into the battles and see what Forretress can do. Alright, first game of the day. We see a Fearow on the lead. I don't love this. I'm not on Volt Switch, but I do have two Pokemon in the backline, at least neutral against this Pokemon. Kingdra over time can outpace this Pokemon, so I'm just going to save swap it and see what we can do. Interesting. They build up a lot of energy, then they come in with a Licky here. So they have a full Drill Peck loaded on the Fearow. I think they're trying to catch an attack. Oh, well, we get a shield there. Interesting. Or 5. Wow. I don't know exactly what's going on right now. Are they going to be going for just like 100 energy and then Shadow Balling us? I guess that would make sense. 6, 7. Okay. You know what? I'm going to shield at least once here, because I feel like they don't Body Slam from this range. I feel like you have to go for the Shadow Ball, and a Body Slam doesn't knock us out. So if they throw it now, which they do end up doing, then I should be able to get the second shield with a Swift. And then hopefully Mantine in the backline is pretty good. They Body Slam, that doesn't knock us out. And now if they do let this go, which I would imagine they do, well, actually, I don't even know what they do. I guess we'll see. If they let this go, I'm happy. If they shield, I'm happy. Either way, I'm a happy guy. They do shield that, interestingly enough. Okay. Oh, I didn't want that to happen. I was trying to make it so, I wanted them to throw a Body Slam into us so we could swap into Mantine and get some energy. But no, they don't let us. I wouldn't be surprised with, like, a triple normal team. The final Pokemon could very well be, like, a Diggersby, for example. So if that's the case... Oh, it's not Diggersby, it's Grumpig. Interesting. This is going to be an odd endgame then, because if I can get to a move against that Fearow with either my Mantine or with my Forretress, I should be able to win. But they're going to Shadow Ball us in just a second, and that's going to hurt. Oh, my dog's trying to leave me. You can't see her, but she's here with me. But yeah, let's see, what is this going to be? It's a Shadow Ball that hurts quite a bit. If I can switch out ever, I'm really happy. Yeah, I can swap barely. They do get another move off, which I don't necessarily love. Oh, you can see her now. She's running. Okay, Clover. 1 second, please. Let me do this match. Fearow's going to have to come back in. Oh, but it can't just yet. I think we might win this game then, because Fearow needs to throw energy here, and they need a move for Mantine ready to go. So yeah, we actually win it. Let's go. All right, Shadow Forretress into Tinkaton. If I had Volt Switch, this would be amazing. But, I mean, still being on Bug Bite, this isn't terrible, because Bug Bites do 2 damage per Fast Move here. And unless they go for 2 Gigaton Hammers, I survived like a Bulldoze plus a Gigaton pretty easily. I lagged a turn. Thank you, game. I got denied. Hopefully that's not going to matter. I can still CMP the second move here. So, like, that's good, I guess. And there's really no reason to throw my Sand Tomb immediately, because it's not like I can debuff them and make it so my Bug Bites do any extra damage. I might as well save the energy in case they switch out. But now they're at back-to-back. They have the next Gigaton Hammer, that is. So I have to go for a CMP. Whoa. Oh, they must have thought I'm baiting an Earthquake. You know what? I guess that is what I was doing, surely. Well, we'll shield this up. Probably a Bulldoze bait if they... I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, I'm happy with how this is going. 5. Okay. Well, if they shield this, I can try to catch a Gigaton Hammer or a Bulldoze on Mantine, but we'll see if they shield or not. They probably let it go. They do. Okay. You know what? I'm still going to catch here. I think there's a good chance this is a Gigaton. It's going to hurt quite a bit, but now this Tinkaton is in a range. Oh, it's a Bulldoze. Don't debuff me, please. No debuff. That's huge. And they bring in a Mantine. You know, this is going pretty well. I just go straight Twister here. Looks like that might have been a CMP, meaning that I do win the charge attack priority. I have a bit more attack on my Mantine. And I still have some energy left over on my Forretress, and we've chipped down, the Tinkaton will chip down the Mantine. I'm hoping this means that in the backline, my Kingdra is going to be pretty safe. But by the time I get to a third Twister, their Switch Clock will be back up. They could try to catch if they wanted to on their Tinkaton. So if that ends up happening, maybe I should just overfarm by them. Because, like, if I do that, then if they switch out, then I don't waste a Twister. And if they stay in, it's like, I still will chip them down into a range where I can Dragon Breath them down after, so that's probably the play. Alright, Twister's not going to quite knock us out here. Tinkaton Mantine could be a lot of things in the backline at this point. But they seemed a little bit scared of Forretress, so I am interested to see why that is. Yeah. Smart switch out by them, or like attempt at that. But we can just go for the snipe down here. And in comes the Mantine. We have energy on our own Mantine. We have a Rock Tomb here for this. Likely we get a No Shield. I'll get a few Bug Bites into the final Pokemon, whatever that might be. And... oh, well, that's more than a few Bug Bites, actually. Okay, I'm going to get a ton of Bug Bites into a Guzzlord. That's incredible. That's half their HP with one Pokemon. Yeah, that's very fine. Now I should just be able to Dragon Breath down with my Kingdra and win the game off that. Even if they have Dragon Claw, they're not going to be able to bait us and get to another move here. And, like, even if they could, I do have a Twister loaded on my Mantine. So I could just hit the Swift and then go for the Twister, but I know I don't need to. They're back-to-back Brutal Swing right now. They try to sneak the Dragon Claw through, which makes sense. That's maybe a win con for them, but we're not going to fall for it. We'll take the win. All right, Forretress into Tinkaton again. Okay. Well, last time I saw this, I did lag a turn in the lead. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time. But either way, getting rid of this for my Kingdra is probably a pretty good thing. Bug Bites again do quite a bit of damage here, but I can never make it so I do 3 damage per Bug Bites, so that's why I'm just going to keep on overfarming. Plus, might bait them into thinking I'm on Earthquake, I guess, like last time. Alright, big Gigaton. It will two-shot us if they get the next one off, but I can barely outpace here to the next move. So, we can just go for the Sand Tomb here. We can try to go for the second one right before their next Gigaton, and we should be able to either knock him out or, at the very least, put him down pretty low. I think it would knock him out, though. Yeah, looks like it. Big Sand Tomb. They don't catch or anything, so either we get his shield here, or the Tinkaton is in a little bit of trouble. Big Sand Tomb. We get his shield. Okay, I'm very happy with that. Alright, again, I'm going to catch a move on Mantine. It could be a bad play, but I feel like if they're staying in and they're shielding against a Forretress of all things, they're probably a little bit scared of it later on. This should be at 4 right now. 5, 6, 7. Okay. So they have a lot of energy there on that Tinkaton. But Furret is not the best counter in the game to Mantine. It's pretty neutral, but up the energy that I have here, I should get to 2 Water Pulses and survive a Swift to either knock out this Furret or potentially put them into a range where I can just farm down later on. Yeah, I mean, I should... oh, what? I was gonna say I should survive a Swift, but they're actually just... they're gonna get to like 100 energy, I guess, is what their plan is. Okay. They have a lot of energy here. I'll shield once just to force a second move out of them. That way I can get maybe one more Bug Bite of damage too. Nice. And the Switch Clocks at this point are going to be pretty desynced. I do have a Sand Tomb, so if this somehow doesn't knock us out, I'm going to throw that. But looks like Swift is going to be enough. Now, Tinkaton does still have a move on it, that is. So we'll see how they play this out, if they want to switch out or if they just want to stay in and give me the farm down. They get to the next move. That is a little bit unfortunate. That was a smart way to play out the Furret. Not throwing energy into Mantine was a very heads-up move. But I do survive that. It's another Guzzlord. Is that like a team? And, I mean, it must be. That's scary. Them getting that Swift off could potentially lose us the game now. Because that has put us very low on HP. And I don't know if I can... no, I definitely cannot Dragon Breath this down. But I can't get a second Swift off. So, maybe Mantine can somehow clutch up here, but I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. I'm going to go in Mantine and just hope for the best. If they bring in Tinkaton, that's the worst-case scenario. If it's Furret for some reason, I'm happy. But it's probably going to be the Tinkaton. Man, the problem here is, like, Gigaton Hammer knocks us out, but Bulldoze does nothing. I'm going to let it go. Hey, it's a Bulldoze. Does literally nothing. It does debuff us, though. They caught! I wish I could wait turns on this old system, but it just doesn't work anymore. This old system is so bad. I so prefer the new system. It's not even funny. The new system is so much better. But it happens. They knew where my energy was at. That's so sad. I mean, I'm probably at 1 HP. Let's just give them a shield KO just for fun, I guess. Just so they can dance on us here. Man, that Furret getting that move off at 1 HP, that was unfortunate. And they got the catch with the Furret too. That was so sad. Next battle. Oh my goodness, this person is like on the door of legend here. They're going to be a little bit closer after this, I'm sure, because this is really bad. This is a bad lead. I'll bring in my Kingdra because Kingdra does have like some kind of neutral play here, at least better than Forretress does, but it's not great. And that is unfortunate. We see an ABA weak to flying type team here. You know, sometimes to reach legend early on in the season, you do have to run unconventional teams. And this is one of those. This is, like, it's got to have some sort of flying type answer, like, I don't know, Carbink in the back. It's probably just Carbink, isn't it? Yeah, this is unfortunate. Okay, Kingdra, I don't know what you're doing there, buddy. I'm gonna shield this up. I can at least get one shield back from them. And, like, if I get my Mantine into that Annihilate, I'm happy. I don't know if I can win switch advantage here, though. I did get a lot of energy against that Annihilate, but the Fairy Winds here, as well as those counters they got against us earlier, are adding up quite a bit. And, like, even if it is a Carbink, for example, in the backline, it's not like I'm in the best of spots here, if I even can flip switch advantage. Oh, I can flip switch. That's cool, I guess. I have a Surf ready to go. What is this? Is that a Licky Licky? Okay, well, that's more playable than it could have been, at least. I get a Surf into this, which likely they let go, because they don't know what my third Pokemon is just yet. And I should get my Mantine against the Annihilate, which hopefully is in a good spot. But they have a Rage Fist loaded. They could go for like a combo play right now with the Annihilate, if they wanted to. Which they do end up doing. But I don't know if I hate that so much, because I should still survive this barely. If I can ever, like, somehow wing attack this down before they get to 2 more moves, then I win, I think. I think I might be fine, actually. Like, Rage Fist is going to hurt, and it's going to ramp up the counters more. But I think we're fine. Because just getting this full farm down here is all I really need. If I get to 2 Water Pulses against that Licky Licky, I should be able to win. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, okay. You know, I was kind of worried when I saw the lead and the counter swap into us, but luckily, that right there is why you just play for switch and you RPS your opponent. Forretress into Galarian Corsola. Okay, a little bit of an awkward lead matchup here, but I'm going to go for this swap out into Kingdra, because Kingdra at least has a lot of neutral damage here. I think I threw on bad timing. It doesn't matter. We throw on good enough timing that we land it before they switch out, and saying I don't really have a hard answer to this, and Surf is my highest damaging move I can land into this Pokemon, I'm very happy that they're staying in. They're at 5 right now, so they're dry after throwing this Nightshade, but just 4 away from the next move. So I'm going to go for the shield here. Nightshade does end up coming through. They probably switch now. And the Licky Licky makes sense, but I'm still outside of Shadow, or Body Slam range, rather, so they have to go for the Shadow Ball here. They're at 4. And baiting this out's not bad either. Mantine doesn't want to see Licky Licky, doesn't really want to see Corsola, but it's at least kind of playable there. They shield that. I think they still have to go for a big move to knock us out here, unless I'm mistaken. I think a Body Slam's not quite enough. I'm mistaken. Never mind. Anyway, as long as the final Pokemon's good for Mantine, we're still in a very playable spot. I guess I need to learn my damage ranges on Kingdra a little bit more. I didn't think it would do, like, 35% to us there. That's fine. Can at least go for a lot of damage here with our Forretress. Don't quite get to the Rock Tomb, unfortunately. Was kind of hoping I would, but I guess I'm being able to Body Slam the Kingdra kind of made it so I just didn't have enough energy to get to a move here. But now this is at least in Wing Attack downrange for my Mantine, and they're in Twister range on the Corsola, so this is still playable. But again, oh, they Body Slam Y! So now I just have an extra Pokemon left in play that they didn't need to let me have, which could be helpful. Celio is the final Pokemon. Corsola is still around. This is gonna get weird. I don't know, because I will outpace to the next Twister here because I'm up energy. I lose CMP, though. But I think I'm fine. I think the energy lead that I have here is still gonna allow me to get to a third Twister before a third Body Slam is reached. So as long as a catch doesn't happen, I should be fine. But again, I guess it depends on if they can get a catch. They do shield that, makes sense. Okay. So they're going to go for the Body Slam here. They're 2 away from the next one, I believe. So I need to go for like 1 wing attack, wait a turn and make sure a catch doesn't happen, and then play it by ear from there. Oh, well, they have a move loaded here. Dang, because yeah, they went for a Body Slam into Forretress, so that makes sense, actually. That is going to make me really low on HP now. Oh, this is so healthy still. I mean, there is maybe a play. No, I think I'm too low on Forretress. I need to be able to bug bite this down and get to a move against this Celium. Oh, it's so close! If I went for the 1 wing attack, like I should have, maybe I could have actually got there. That's a really RPS team against us. Nearly kind of had play there, but them being able to get that final move off with Licky Licky flipped the endgame for them. It's a 3-2 set. You know, we didn't have too many good matchups here in this set, but we still put in quite a bit of work with the team. I feel like it's a good lineup. We just got to keep it going. All right, Forretress into... Well, there's a Clodsire. I think this matchup's actually pretty neutral here, but I don't think I want to play it out. I'm going to switch into my Kingdrum, because it could be pretty neutral into the team. And Surf here is going to hurt quite a bit if they let me land it. Which it looks like they are staying in long enough for me to get to the Surf here. This won't one-shot them by any means, but if it does end up landing, they're going to be pretty low. In, like, Dragon Breath or Swift range. Oh, they shield that? They're at 8, so that is an Earthquake, potentially, but likely just a Stone Edge or Sludge Bomb coming through. I would imagine it's probably a Stone Edge. Yeah, they're at 1. Okay, and Moltres comes in. That's not bad at all. 7. I mean, I'm not really that scared of the Clodsire, if I'm being honest. So, I don't need to fight for switch advantage that much here. And they have to throw energy basically immediately. If I go down shields, I feel like that's the best way to give them play against me with that Clodsire, so I'm just going to let this through. And I can farm down with Forretress, because Earthquake doesn't one-shot me or anything. So I can leverage a lot of energy out of that matchup if they come back in with it. And Mantine might be good in the backline once their Stone Edge user is gone, but even if it has to line up into the Clodsire, that's what Water Pulse is for. Alright. And the big question is also going to be, do they ever go for a bait here? I bet double Stone Edge is probably just about as good as like going for an Earthquake, just because it should be able to put them into, like, I should be in 2-shot range after the Sucker Punches, and it is a little bit cheaper. But I guess we'll find out what they choose to do. They do Earthquake, actually, so that does more raw damage. Okay, but that's really good to see. 5. If they no-shield this, then they just get farmed down. If they shield this up, then I think Mantine pretty easily closes it out. And I am probably still outside of Poison Sting downrange. Yeah, they do shield, so this game should be pretty over. Okay, dude, what is up with this lag? I got my wing attack through finally, but like I almost got denied there for a second, and that was not fun. We'll just go instantly for the Twister. Just guarantee that this Feraligatr can't even get to a second Hydro Cannon, because if they can't get to a second move, there's no way they're fast-moving me down with that Forretress, and all I need now is a Water Pulse against them, or a Sand Tomb, and we should be good. Yeah, that's way too much for Clodsire to do. GG's. Alright, next battle. We'll see Forretress into Tinkaton. A lot of Tinkatons today. But I mean, I want to see him in the lead, or at least on my Mantine. Just away from my Kingdra is preferable. I'm going to keep on doing, though, what I've been doing here, and just building up energy. We've talked about why many different times already today. And Gigaton Hammer, while it does hurt, it's resisted some, doesn't quite put us into farm down range, or even bulldoze range just yet. Wouldn't mind seeing a switch out if they're wanting to do that. Okay. They're 1 away from the next move. I would love to see a shield, that'd be really funny. But I don't think they're going to respect the Earthquake like the last guy. They actually do. You know, that means my next Sand Tomb does more damage, so I'll take that. They're at 7, so they have the Gigaton. Or if they want, they can maybe try to go for a Bulldoze plus more Fairy Winds, but Bulldoze is a pretty sad move. 9. Wow, they don't even overfarm that much. They're at 9 right now, so 2 if they go for a Gigaton. They're 4 away from their next. I'll just bring a Mantine here. We do Wallet, technically. Why is there a second Fairy type on my screen? I mean, it's probably fine to see this, I guess. Are they going to go for a Trailblaze or a Chilling Water debuff? I think either way, I just kind of have to play this out. They do Trailblaze. Okay. So I get a Water Pulse. It's not going to be debuffed or anything, which is nice. But 2 Fairy types already is kind of making my Kingdra feel a little bit uncomfortable with this situation. They shield that. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I'm going to no-shield this. They could go for a Chilling Water here, and either way, I do survive an attack. They do Trailblaze. They're at 1, 2. They have a lot of energy. Well, not really a lot of energy on Tinkaton, but they have some. And they're double boosted here, and they're probably going to go for a Chilling Water into my Kingdra. 5, 6. Okay. Probably a Chilling Water coming through here, but I can't not shield, because if they Trailblaze, that's just game over. Yeah. Smart bait. And we'll go for the Swift here to knock him out. Surely it's not Triple Fairy, right? That would be catastrophic. I think, what, they're at 2 on Tinkaton right now. Okay, that's actually not another Fairy type, which is kind of cool, at least. Okay. Interesting. This might give us some play this game, because now I can clear my debuff, and I can force some energy out of that Quagsire with my Mantine. I mean, I'm going to shield this up, for sure. I wanted to go for, like, 1 Dragon Breath and catch, but that's fine, too. Because I should win CMP guaranteed. As long as the Surf knocks out, I should be fine. But it's going to be really close, because it's a Quagsire, not exactly the squishiest Pokemon in the game. But I am a Kingdra. I have Shadow into Shadow damage bonuses here. We'll see, because I think an Aqua Tail knocks us out, even from the double resist that we have here with Dragon and Water typing, just because we're so low on HP. No! Dude, you gotta be joking me! That's... That's the worst case scenario! The 1 HP live! Ah! No! You gotta be kidding me, man! Ah! Alright, next battle. We'll see Forretress into Fearow. We cannot win a lead for the life of us, can we? That's fine. We like being in a spot where we have to really work our way through it. Kingdra is at least a good safe swap against this. We can outpace them the longer this goes if they do stay in. And if they swap out, at least I got a lot of Dragon Breath damage against them. Drill Peck would do a lot, so we're going to shield just in case they did want to stay in. 3. Okay, they are actually staying in here, which is interesting, because if they let this Swift go, I can farm down before their next move, and if they shield, I get another move before their next move. Oh, nice catch. What was that on, though? Seismitoad. Huh. Okay. Well, they have to Earth Power us to do any real damage, and I should be able to swap in just a second, so... Actually, I guess they could Icy Wind. And, like, it wouldn't knock us out, but it would put us down pretty low. This might be a crazy play here, but I'm shielding this up. I'm going to bank a lot of energy here and come in Mantine of all things, just to try to dance around a little bit this game. I can keep my Kingdra around. Fearow is 1 away from a move, and they're dry on this Seismitoad. Okay. Okay, interesting. They actually catch a move on Fearow. They're at 5, so they have an Icy Wind in the back line. If they let this go, I should be able to Wing Attack down, yeah. They'll get a Drill Peck through him, which will hurt a little bit, but it's not going to knock us out. We can get the farm down here. Our switch clocks are so desynced at this point that if I need to, I could actually bring back in my Kingdra into something if I need to. Or if it's the Seismitoad that comes back in, I have a move for it. Who's it going to be? I am excited to find out. Or maybe nervous, I don't know, one of the two. Well, yeah, I'm kind of nervous of this thing. Annihilape is not the Pokemon I wanted to see. Or we're going for the Swift this time, because we're a D-Gen Kingdra user who just goes straight Swift. Okay. This is fine, I think. Because now I should be able to farm down with my Mantine. Actually, do I farm down Mantine, or do I farm down with my Forretress? I might farm down with Forretress, actually. Because we should get to a Sand Tomb against Annihilate, right? And if we don't, that means they close combated us, and then Mantine should close out the game. We just need to survive 5 counters and a Rage Fist. And I'm pretty sure we do. I mean, it's Annihilate. I'm scared of it, but I'm not that scared. Yeah, they're going for a Rage Fist. That's not a close combat of energy. We should survive this. And the counters after. Yeah, looks like we're good. And even if this doesn't knock out, that's what Mantine's for. It's still around. It has a few wing attacks left in it. But this might just knock out. It's Shadow into Shadow. Very squishy Pokemon here. Nice. Okay, GG's. Forretress into Florges. Okay, there we go. At least a decent-ish lead here. Although, this is like one of the few fairies that can actually fight back against me, thanks to them having Chilling Water. But I believe my Bug Bites always end up doing like 2 damage. Ooh, I don't have a great answer to this thing. But I guess we'll see what Mantine can do. I believe in you, Mantine. I think over time, this probably isn't a bad matchup, but I'm actually pretty soft to Jellicent. It's a ghost type that also ends up walling off all of my energy from Kingdra. I'll shield the first one, because, I mean, it's a guarantee that they're not going to bait us, right? Surely it's a guarantee that's happening. Yeah, big Shadow Ball. They have the next one now. But, I mean, I can survive this. And I should be able to go for 4 more wing attacks into a Twister. If they no-shield, I can go for the farm down, I think. And if they shield, then I have another one ready to go. 3. Yeah, I'm just 1 away from the next one here, so I wouldn't hate to see a shield, but either way, I guess we'll see what they want to do. Big Twister. We see a no-shield. Please tell me I can farm this down. I can. It's a little bit dicey, but we do get it. And now Florges isn't really going to want to take Water Pulses either. It's probably going to do more damage than a lot of what my Forretress could do here. I'm kind of hoping at this point, though, that it's not a double fairy team. I have seen some Florges recently on double fairy, like with, I don't know, like a Tinkaton in the back line. I'd have to shield that, though. They let me get to another Water Pulse. I'm getting a lot of wing attack damage against them. And, oh, they just sacrifice 100 energy. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, I just always shield this, right? It's a Ninetales, so I want to make sure it gets debuffed. They kind of have to shield this, and if they don't, they get farmed down. Ninetales in the backline. When I saw Mono Fire, my brain instantly thought Shadow Typhlosion for some reason. I should be conditioned nowadays. It's never going to be Typhlosion. Why would it be Typhlosion? But we're good. Oh, they let that go. Yeah. Kingdra just farms down then. GG's. That was kind of a scary situation in the mid-game, but I guess Mantine's not as bad into Jelly as I thought it was. All right, Forretress into Fearow. Man, I should have been leading the Volt Switch Forretress today. You know what? It's fine. We've seen that Kingdra on the stay swap here is generally pretty good, but I guess we'll see if they stay in or what. They're staying in at least long enough to get a Drill Peck off, and if they stay in much longer, then we'll just go for a Swift here and chip them down. Either they're good against Forretress or bad against Kingdra. Oh, you know what? I'm kind of fine with this. It's not the worst matchup here for Kingdra, because Surf here basically 2-shots. Keyword being basically, it doesn't actually 2-shot, so they could no-shield both of these if they really wanted to. Oh, but we do get the shield. Oh, I throw an alignment. Let's go. I thought they might CMP on the Rock Slide there. So they're at 10, so 1 past a Rock Slide. And they throw right now. You know, I don't hate where this is going necessarily. I'm going to have to take a Rock Slide on my Fortress, which I don't love, but, like, I can get a lot of energy here. Bug Bites do a sizable amount of damage despite the resistance. I might even be able to Bug Bite all the way down. If that's the case, then maybe I can have some play with my Mantine later on. They do Rock Slide, that's going to hurt, but we do survive. I think I'm just going to commit to the Bug Bite down here and hope they don't get another move off. Nice. I have a lot of energy. What gets brought into a loaded Fortress? I guess makes sense. It's the Fearow. But they kind of have to shield this, or else it's going to be a 2-on-1 in the backline, and I might get another move off against the final Pokemon. Get the shield. 2. Right, okay. Just licky-licky in the back line. That is that's not great. I guess I'm gonna shield this up. I think I kinda have to, especially if it's a Shadow Ball. It's a Body Slam bait, that's really bad. Why would you bait me? I guess it makes sense. They were probably just planning on Body Slam spam unless I shielded, but now, like, they can just afford to do something else if they need to. 4, 5, 6. They're at back-to-back Body Slams right now. Please tell me I just won this game. Please! Please! Please, please, please! Because I don't think I get one shot by a move from Licky Licky, and I have energy on Mantine left over. You know what? I'm just gonna go for the Twister. I know I have a Water Pulse, but, like, I know I have a Twister. Okay. Dude, Forretress just coming in clutch there, getting a second Rock Tomb, because the switch blocks were desynced just a little bit. That's incredible. Let's go, man. Get wrecked, Licky Licky Furo Core. Okay, I'm happy with that one. That one makes me happy. Also is Carbink. Get wrecked Carbink as well. Furo Double Rock. I gotta say, Forretress still seems like it's a pretty strong Pokemon. It is a little bit soft to the Ghost types and the Fire types in the meta, but aside from that, this thing is just such a powerhouse. It can shred through almost anything that you're gonna see here, and it's a lot of fun to use. Give it a go if you have one. But yeah, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.